Murder! 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 Most foul!
Welcome to the Most Foul Podcast, home to Most Foul Music, Most Foul TV, and Most Foul Gaming Entertainment. Here is your host, Dr. Penny.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Most Foul TV and this edition of Most Foul Gaming and Entertainment. I'm your host, Dante Pena, and this is our very first episode of Most Foul Gaming and Entertainment. And today, what I wanted to touch on and cover is my setup. And so this is going to be more along the lines of the electronic side of gaming and entertainment. No games today, but actually what I play my games on, which is my projector screen and my projector. So as you can see, that big screen behind me is a 120-inch projector screen. I don't own a TV anymore. I use a projector. And I'll get into why and how I got into all of that stuff. So basically, about a couple of years ago, I wanted a big screen TV. I wanted to go huge. I wanted, I was thinking like I wanted to get a 70-inch, 80-inch TV and just put it in my room. And like, how awesome would that be to have this big giant thing in my room? At the time I had a 45-inch flat screen TV, and I wanted to go bigger. And I'm not like 67. I wanted to go like 80-inch, right? Like huge. And if you look into TVs, you can find a decent 60-inch, maybe even 70-inch for cheap, like under $1,000, $500. You can go Element like 70-inch for like probably $300-$400, right? But it's a fucking Element. Like, who wants that crap? So at 80 inches, you're dreaming. At 80 inches, now, you're looking at a pretty good amount of money for 80 inches for a TV. And so at the time I was like, I'll save up money, whatever, blah, blah, blah. This was years ago. So then time goes on, and for whatever reason, I finally got the idea that I started thinking about projectors. And I was like, well, damn, with technology nowadays, projector is probably like super, super good and probably not as expensive. And then when I did the research, there's Sally wanted to be in the camera. Hey, go over there. Here, go play the game. Go over there. Little ham wants to be in the camera. Sorry, I have like 3 dogs, so you'll probably see them popping in and out. So I started looking at projectors, and lo and behold, like they're really, really cheap, and the technology is pretty amazing. So I started doing my research and started looking into that stuff. And the first one I bought was like this little crappy like 80-inch, like $80 projector off of Amazon. And it's like the RCA ones you see at Walmart for like $60. It was kind of the same quality. It's actually a little bit better for like $60. I think I paid 60, not 80. I'm sorry. And it was pretty impressive. It was pretty impressive for $80. And I got this 120-inch image. Now you had to have the lights off for sure. And it was a decent quality. It said it was 1080, but it really was. It was like 720. But for 120 inches for $60 that I paid, I mean, it was an amazing image. And I'll try to throw some pictures up because I think I still have some of those pictures saved in my phone. And so I'll throw those up and so you guys can see. And it gave me an idea of what I wanted and what I can kind of look forward to, right? So then I started getting into it and started doing my research. And again, for 120 inches of a massive screen, like, you're like, wow, $60. And it's like, well, hell, that's only $60. If I put a little more money into it, what can I expect? What can I get? And so I started doing my research. And so again, this is coming from the idea. And if somebody else has this thought in their head, if you're coming from this kind of same school of thought, then what I'm going to share with you might be able to help. And again, I'm not an expert. I'm just giving you what I did and what I thought and what I went through, what my intentions were. And if you have a similar kind of idea, then, this might help you. This information might help. So my idea, again, coming from, I wanted a giant ass TV, right? Give me 1 second. My dog wants to go out. Hang on. Sorry. I don't edit, or at least not very much. So I try to do these live, like, in one shot. I'm not a video editor guy, so deal with it, motherfuckers. So I was coming from the standpoint of a TV. I wanted a big ass TV, something similar to that effect. An everyday use, gaming, watching Netflix, watching movies. And I was like, and then projectors, I was like, yeah, That seemed to be the answer, right? So I started doing my research, and shout out to Crow 1176, because that big ass screen you see behind me, I actually bought that from him. He makes amazing screen paint for projectors. Go check out his channel, Crow 1176, and I'm going to demonstrate that, and we're going to take a look at his technology right now. Amazing dude. Actually lives in my neighborhood, which is pretty funny coincidence. But we'll get into that in a second. Like I said, I started doing my research, started looking into this stuff. And when you start to look into this stuff, you realize that there's a lot of options, man. A lot of options. Just like TVs, there's a lot of options. But what's always the deciding factor is your budget. And so if you were in the market for a TV like I was at the time and thinking, I'm going to go big. And I knew, okay, well, I don't want to spend like more than $1,000. In my head, I'm like, I'm going to save about $1,000. Then I started looking at projectors, and you realize you can get a cheap one. I bought one for $60, and I got 120 inches. Was it the greatest quality on the planet? No, but it did the damn job. It was, I would say, that quality of that $60, 120 inches, right? $60, 120 inches is the exact same quality of a Element TV. Literally, I'm not lying. It's the same shit. I mean, the only difference is when you're only spending $60 on a projector. Yes, you have to have the lights off. You're not going to get a lot of viewing time unless you don't have controlled light and you don't, have closed curtains or whatever. Now, I would close the curtains and even during the day, and it would still do the job. But it was only $60, and I needed something more powerful, right? I wanted everyday use. I wanted to be able to have my TV on, or I'm sorry, my projector, my light, and be able to see the image, which is what you're seeing behind me right now. I started doing my research, and again, as you start to look into this stuff, there's a lot of people that do it. There's a lot of let's say, phonies, or people that bullshit you. How about that, right? And I hate bullshit artists. I hate fucking scammers. I hate liars. It's fucking annoying. And yes, I cuss on my channel. Sorry, deal with it. And when I was doing this, I remember when I first started looking into this stuff, you started to hear that darker screens were the way to go. Because if you have a white screens are fine, and you have a good projector, and that's fine. However, for what I want to use, for what I think most people, when you're getting into projectors, what you want to be able to walk into your house or your room, just like any normal day, like you have a regular TV, turn your light on, grab a Coke, turn on your projector, and like it's a TV, and not have to worry about anything, right? Not have to let me close the shades, let me do this, let me do that, right? And so when you start to look into that stuff, you realize that you hear this talk about darker screens. Helps that. It helps to bring out the contrast and the brightness and all this stuff, right? Oh, okay, yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense, right? Because white screens wash out. As I was doing that research, I ran into a channel. You can fuck it, I'll say it. I don't care. Luminous fucking technology. Fuck them. And they start talking about black screens. And you watch their videos and you're like, holy crap, that's amazing. That looks like a fucking TV. Wow, how much? Right? And so that was my initial thought. How much? Let me look into this guy. And I got excited because I didn't know much at the time. And then I look at the prices because I was like, all right, well, how much are you spending? Like, I'm willing to spend some money on that. And you go to the website sucks. Like, he keeps referring to himself as our company and us and we, blah, blah. But then you only see one motherfucking guy. Like, one guy. And how are you a whole company? You're one dude, right? You're an at-home business. Don't bullshit people. Just say it. Oh, I'm an at-home business. I do this on the side. Fine, cool. I got no problems with that. Don't fucking say you're a company and you're one guy. That's a whole other thing. Sorry. Try not to rant here. But then I go to the website. The website sucks. It's hard to navigate through. You start to look for prices. Can't find them. Then I finally somehow found a price, and I realized that he's charging $300, $400 for a... I don't have it anymore. I'm sorry. I had a quart of Crow's mix, which was about that much, right? About the same amount that the other guy was selling for $400. And I'm like, if I'm spending $400 fucking dollars, like, why would I spend that on paint? The whole idea of painting your screen and going with the projector is to save money. It's because you don't want to spend $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 on a big ass TV that's super expensive. That defeats the purpose. The whole point of a projector and a screen is to get the best quality you can, the biggest size you can, for the least amount of money. Now, that's not to say you don't have to spend. Well, you could spend money. There's some great projectors out there that are $1,500, $2,000 that are amazing quality, and sure, you get that quality for sure. But at the same time, when you're trying to defeat like budget and quality, like you're looking for that fine medium, right? And that's what I was doing. I was like, and again, you just take the $60 projector, $60, 120 inches, and an Element TV's like $199, and it's what, a 35 inch, a 25 inch. Fuck off! Like, look how much money you just saved. And I work, so it's not like I'm home all day, like during the day where I can watch TV during the fucking day anyway. So yeah, that works out. But again, I wanted better quality. I wanted HD. I wanted some cool shit. So I started doing my research, and I found a projector. Again, shout out to Crow, because he had actually, it was something that he used, I liked on his channel. And I was like, damn, that's a good projector. Let me look up those. And the one I found was the same one he uses, or at least he was at the time. It was a Panasonic AE4000, and I found that on eBay for $250. Yep, $250. This is I think when it's brand new, it's like $500 or $700. Even that's a hell of a price, hell of a good price. But I found one on sale, or this guy was selling it. He had an extra one, $250. Amazing price. Contacted the guy, told him, yeah, I'm interested. Met him at the mall, bought it. Awesome. That's what you're seeing behind me right now. A projector. And you're getting a lot of glare because my camera kind of sucks, and the lights on this side. I will do a close-up of that in a second for you guys. So I did the projector. I bought the projector, and then I started looking to the screens, and that's where, again, I was looking at this black screen. I thought it was amazing. Then the price turned me off. And then the more I looked into the guy's videos, he just seemed, it was funny. He actually turned me on to Crow, because in his videos of his rants, you start to realize that he just had this weird vibe to him, and he kept bitching about Crow and how Crow's out to get him and all that. I'm like, well, who's this Crow guy? So I go to Crow's channel, and then I start to see the truth. I start to see how a lot of what I was already thinking, there was somebody else that was saying the same thing. Like, how are you claiming that you're saving people money, but you're charging them $400 for a do-it-yourself project? That does not make fucking sense. And then you go to Crow, and he actually gives you the truth. He tells you the pros and cons, ambient light rejection, and what that actually means. And really, there's no such thing. There is no such paint. There is no such screen. And you can watch this on Crow's channel or a lot of other people's channels. There's no such thing. There's no paint out there. Even Crow's, who does a hell of a job, but he says his is an ambient light rejection. It doesn't exist. It's not like a TV. The difference between a TV and a projector is a TV usually has about 4 or 5 layers of material and screen and like plexiglass, and then like a light hits it, and that's what gives you an image. And that's why you can see that shit when the lights are on, because it's so many different layers of stuff compared to one screen, one flat screen. That you can't compete, right? That, it's not ever going to be the same unless they somehow make some weird new technology, which they have not yet. However, with that said, Crow makes amazing gray screen paint that actually does help, and it brings out the colors, it brings out the contrast, and already, if you already have a good projector or a powerful projector, it's going to bring it out more. And that's exactly what you're seeing. Like, I have my lights on, and this is again an example of why I'm bitching about that other guy, because if you go to his channel, he will say, oh, if you have the lights on and you can't see shit, and he'll talk about washout, and you wouldn't be able to see the image behind me. I'm showing you this from a webcam. This is a HD webcam. It's not even like a super expensive one. It's decent, but it's not great. I'm not using my phone. I'm using the web, and you still see an image back there. And the fact that it looks like the way it looks, that's not how I see it. It looks better in like, there's no washout in real life. It's the camera quality that you guys see. The light is kind of fucking it up. So it actually looks better in real life, because like all of that, see that stuff you see here, all this, that's not actually what I see. What I see clear as fuck. It looks like a TV right now in real life for me, but just take my word for it. Again, like the camera's kind of fucking that up. But again, I'll do a close up. We'll be able to see it right now. I'll move my laptop. So yeah, so shout out to Crow, because when I went to his channel, I saw someone who was saying the truth. He charges $80, at least at the time. I don't know if his prices have changed. I don't want to speak out of turn there, Crow. But at the time, I bought a quart of his mix, one of his mixes, for about $80. Painted that whole screen. fucking amazing. Again, makes sense. You're trying to save money. You want to get the best quality. Why am I spending $400, $500, right? And then you see people who've bought that guy's stuff, Luminous, and you see the horrible reviews. You see, like, it just doesn't make sense. And then you see his videos, and his videos look like what you're seeing behind me. His videos will look like that even better. Like, it'll look all like when he does his demonstrations, and it's like, wow, and it makes you really think, fuck yeah, I want that. But then he'll put on a white screen, or he'll talk about gray screens, and you can't see shit. Like, it's like it washes out. It's like, why isn't it washing out behind me? That shit ain't washing out, and that's a gray screen. And I have my lights on, right? And this is every day. Like, and so that's the idea. That's what I'm saying to you guys. I wanted everyday use. I wanted a normal situation. I come home, I turn my light on, right? Now, I'll turn the light off, and you'll see the difference right now, right? But like, I come home, turn the light on, turn my projector on, put on Netflix or whatever as I'm like kind of winding down. No harm, no foul. That's exactly what I want to do every day when I come home, right? And just everyday use. And that's what I get. It's amazing. It's such a great feeling when you sit there, you're relaxing, got a beer in your hand, and there's 120 inches. It's fucking amazing. But let me turn the light off, and you guys can see what that looks like. Hopefully the camera will capture it. I don't know. I don't know how well you guys can see that. See the glare? That's my camera. We'll get closer. And then I'll turn the light back on. In a second. I don't know how far I can get with my sorry. Yeah, gotta be careful. All right, guys. So at this point, my microphone, came off. The cable came out and all that. I'm just kind of resetting things up. So I did a little post edit here, and what I want to show you, that should have went slower. Here we go. These pictures here from previous videos and pictures that I took of my projector when I got them. So as you can see, here's some footage from some still pics from with the lights on and off of football, Monday Night Football. There's my Chiefs right there, the Legion of Zoom, as you can see. So that's obviously with the lights off. Here's the Monday Night Football. I mean, you can see the clarity. Just look at how crisp and sharp those images are. Look at this. So Thanos here from obviously Infinity War. Look at the detail in the picture. I mean, it's amazing. Here we got Thor. Right, again, same movie. So there's a couple of stills here. It'll go to some video. You'll see some video clips here as well. Obviously, there's the Hulk, right? And again, like, it actually looks a lot better in real life because these pictures are with my shitty phone camera, and when the lights are off, it doesn't capture it as well. But I mean, even with that, you can see. So you can see there's a full wall image. Again, there's Spider-Man. Again, you can see the image, and obviously he gets destroyed. But look at that. I mean, amazing. So imagine walking into your room. You just turn the light. There's the one with the lights on, and you can see clearly it's not washing out. Here's some video game pictures. That's a PS4. That's Neverwinter Nights, right? Again, and that's what I before, so you can see that. So here's a great one. Here's a video of there's my little dog there. HD. Again, the lights are off, so it doesn't capture it as good. But I mean, even there, you can still see how amazing that looks. So that's just me, like from far away, zooming in with my camera, so all that pixelation isn't the screen, it's my camera. So from far away, you see how amazing that looks. And this is just HD. It's the Panasonic AE4000 full 1080p. I bought it for $250 on eBay. Amazing projector. I'm gonna invest in a 4K one very soon here though, because I just want that 4K image. I want that cool looking stop motion or whatever they call it, that true video or whatever. I like that. I know some people don't like it. I love it. I think it looks cool. So this I actually recorded later that night after I recorded the original podcast or the video that you guys were watching earlier in the beginning of this video. This is from that same night. Here's some NFL. I'll shut up.
The NFL on CBS George Hill from Jacksonville. Today, the Chiefs taking on the Jaguars. Opening week of the 2019 season. We'll come back with the opening kick after this.
More clips from Infinity War. I know this is with the lights off again, and the zooming in is again from my phone camera. That's what you see the pixelation. That is not how it looks in real life. You can tell when I zoom out how, like right there. So that's like a pretty legitimate image. You can see the detail in her face. As a matter of fact, I believe this clip is an older clip. It's actually a smaller screen. This was my first screen that I bought. And the one that we were looking at, a couple of, like this one here, see, it's bigger. See, I bought a bigger one here. So that's what you actually see now.
Very good, sir. Oh, by the way, I think you'll be needing this. Thank you, Cody. Now let's get a move on. We've got a battle spin here. Yes, sir.
Execute Order 66.
Yes, my lord.
Some Shining Force, old school gaming. This was just some PS4 game that I downloaded. I don't even remember what it's called.
静かで吹く風が領主様の方を撫でる。傍らには物言わぬ袋が転がっていた。周囲に生きている者の気配はなく、漂うのはただ死の気配のみ。戦いはひとまず領主様の勝利に終わりました。
I was literally just pushing buttons to get animation to record the clip. Just so you can see the colors and stuff. So let's finish up here with some Back to the Future. Again, shout out to Crow1176. This is his mix. It's a great mix, the UB mix with the special coating that he made a little bit after. So this is the new updated UB mix that I got. I don't know if he has another version yet. I don't believe so, but you all can ask him. He's on YouTube. Crow1176, shout out to you, man. I'll link his YouTube channel on the bottom in the description. Check this out. This is cool too. You want to know how this paint mix, this gray screen, the UB mix, and a projector looks in a bar? There you go. I used this for an event that we had, American Warrior Festival last year, the film festival and music show. This is one of my smaller screens, but the same projector, and that's Crow's mix right there. That's the UB mix in a bar, in the with the lights are off, controlled environment, right? But I mean, it was good enough for a show, for a whole bar. Nobody complained. Everybody was amazed by the quality and the color. It's 120 inches, no problem. Shout out to Crow. Look at it. This was early in the day when people were barely kind of coming in. We had just started the show. All the craziness there, all the movement, right? So we're back on. I'll try, hopefully my editing skills aren't too bad here. We're kind of back to normal. But the problem is I'm using the webcam. I'm trying to move around there with the laptop and the camera, and then I'm connected with my microphone. So it's kind of hard. I'm limited in how far I can get over there. So I'll try to, with maybe some future videos, I'll probably use my phone, and I'm just learning this stuff. So I hope I can edit it in and all that. I'll use my phone to get a close up and show you guys the screen and the close up and all that, and then comment on that after. So hopefully you guys got some decent images from there, and were able to see the difference with the lights on and lights off. And again, you have to forgive the camera because it's kind of shitty. It's not the best. I mean, again, like it actually, for whatever reason, it seems super bright, and that's not actually what I'm seeing. Like all that stuff you see on the top part here, it's actually not how it looks in real life. Like it looks normal to me. It looks very normal. But yeah, man, so I've spent, again, I think I spent under about $500 for my entire setup. And let me show you the actual projector. Sorry. Give me a second here. Let go, you bastard. So, this is the projector here. That's the AE 4000. Right. All right, that's the AE 4000. I don't have it. I haven't propped it up yet because I'm gonna buy another one fairly soon. I'm gonna upgrade to a 4K, and they do have them, man. 4K, like under $1,000. I found one for about $600. Found another one for about like $899. Crazy stuff, right? And they have some higher versions too. But if you want a 4K for under $1,000, 120 inches, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. And then you add in Crow's mix. I'm actually using this I believe he calls this the UB mix. Amazing, great paint. And I'm actually probably gonna, if I get my 4K projector, I think I'm gonna upgrade to his IB mix, because I like that one. It's a lighter mix, really pops out, brings out the colors. It's fucking amazing. So again, I spent $250 for that. I spent an additional $150 for the screen behind me because it's a motorized screen, and I actually bought that from Crow as a package deal. It was his paint and the projector, the motorized projector, $150, hell of a deal. I bought a little Bluetooth speaker for like $50. And then I have what else did I like? So for this specific projector, because it has two HDMI ports, it has a USB port and all that. I'll show you the guy again. I'll do a review on that later. So I wanted more. Like again, I wanted kind of an all-in-one. I wanted to be able to plug in my DirecTV box, my PlayStation, my PS4 and PS3. If I wanted to add a Blu-ray. So then I went out and bought like a $20 HDMI extender. And that has like 6 of them on there. So I plugged that right into one of the HDMI ports, and then you have 5 additional HDMI ports through that. So I plugged that in. That was again, $20. So $250, $150, $20 for the adapter. Right? Now I can plug in whatever I want. I can plug in as many things as I want, up to 5 ports. PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, DirecTV box, and a Blu-ray player if I want one. And that's not counting the extra HDMI port that's actually built into the projector that I'm not even using. So now what I am using also, and then I spent what $39 on a Fire Stick, right? $50 for a Bluetooth speaker. Now for this specific one, I had to buy another little component for I think $10 because this specific projector does not have an auxiliary out input or an auxiliary input. So like most new projectors now, because this one's kind of old, it's like I think 2011, have a aux input where you can just plug in like normal speakers, like like headphone jack kind of thing. This one doesn't have one. This one has like old school fucking stereo type shit to be able to get sound out of it. It does not have speakers built in, which was fine, no big deal. So I just bought this little attachment thingy, which was like $10. And then it turned it into it was like plugged in through an HDMI port, and then it has an aux input. So it was like an attachment that was an HDMI, and you plug that into the projector. Actually, I plugged that into one of my 6 ports that I have. I plugged that, used one of the ports for that extra adapter, and then it had a little aux input adapter and plugged that right in. HDMI speaker, little portable speaker, Bluetooth speaker. But I like using the cables. I like using the cords for that. I don't like fucking with Bluetooth if I don't have to. So again, all of that shit, all that stuff, under $500, and I get that 120 inches. Or let's go to Netflix, right? Again, I mean that looks so much better in real life. Like I wish you guys can see. I'll try to use my phone next time. I'll splice some images together so you guys get a better idea, because this does not do it justice. Even the phone probably won't do it justice, but it'll look better on my phone. I just and I'll try to kind of go back and forth. Just my editing skills at this point are not great. So as I learn this stuff and get a little bit better, I'll have better videos for you guys. But I mean, let's go to this Japanese animation cartoon. What is it? Grand Blue something, I don't know. Let's go to a scene there. Again, like it looks very washed out from this camera view, but that's not what it looks like in real life. I mean, I see all those images really, really clear. Like kind of the way you see that red, that clear. Do you see how the camera just switched the lighting? That's just because it's just a webcam. That's it doing that. And that little weird line that you see, that's from this camera, not from from the projector. It's just that extra light hitting, bouncing off. See, I'm turning red, right? That's this HD camera. So again, I wish you guys can see what I see. So I'll try it again. I'll try to use my like, see, everything's turning. That's weird. It's like the camera's turning the room purple. That's so weird. But I'll use my phone and try to splice the images together. And I believe I have some on my phone, so I'll throw those in the video in between, and you can see what I'm talking about. But I don't want to get in trouble here for YouTube getting all crazy because I'm have that on. Or not YouTube, Netflix, sorry. So yeah, man. So that's my setup. Under $500, 120 inches. It's freaking amazing. It's great, and I'm gonna upgrade. Like I said, I want to go 4K. I want to get the 4K projector. I'm gonna get it has a 3D. I want to be able to go 3D as well. So even that looks crazy. See, like when you go normal colors, and just even with a shitty camera, you can still see it. Like it looks like a TV in the background. So, but yeah, man. So that's it for this video. Before we go, another kind of pros and cons, and I'll do another video for this in a little more detail. But one thing you guys want to look out for, like even TVs, the biggest thing with a projector, what people get turned off with is, oh well, can you have the lights on? Clearly, I have the light on, and you can still see the image behind me. And again, it looks a lot better in real life. So clearly, you can have the lights on for sure. You can have curtains open and all that with the right setup. Again, if you go too cheap, yeah, it's not going to work. But if you get something decent, again, $250, $300, $400, that's way cheaper than a TV. But even a TV, think about this, and this is what people don't understand. Even a TV, right? There's pros and cons. Even a TV in the daylight. Who the fuck watches a TV with the lights full blown? Like, I'll try to get pictures when next time I'm at Best Buy or well, I guess not Best Buy right now because of all the bullshit, but like Walmart, and I'll take a picture of the electronics with all the lights on, and what people just kind of we're so used to it, we're so conditioned because we've watched TV our whole life, we don't even notice it. But if you pay attention, what you realize one thing when you're watching TV during the day or when there's lights on in the room, and you probably don't even notice it anymore now. But what that is glare, is light. Look at that screen, and yeah, you could see the image and you could see everything, but what your eyes bypass and what you ignore is that big ass bulb reflection on the screen. You fucking see that. You see that all day, every day. You just see the ball of light reflecting off of some lamp or some ceiling fan or whatever, but we're so used to it, we just ignore it, and we're looking at the image. We're looking at the TV like, oh wow, like this is awesome, right? And you probably deal with that every day. Like every day when you're in your kitchen, you get the kitchen lights on and it's just there, and you know it's there, but you ignore it because you see it every day. So even a TV has its cons when you have the lights on, right? And then you turn the lights off, like, oh wow, I look like I'm in a theater because yeah, the lights are off. Like it makes sense. So my point is with that is, even a TV doesn't look great when the lights are on or during the day. Right? During the day, again, you're getting glare, you're getting the reflection from the sun is hitting the glass, and you're getting a bit of a reflection. Now, you can still see the image, you can still see everything, but we ignore what we can't see. Like, we ignore those imperfections. And then we think about a projector, and all of a sudden that glass screen is gone, that plastic screen is gone, so we no longer have reflection. We don't have anything reflecting off it. You're not getting bulbs of light reflecting and seeing. You're not seeing that anymore, but what we are getting is washout, right? Because now it's one screen, and it's all the light hitting that flat screen without any kind of reflective surface. But the drawback is, yeah, you'll get a bit of washout if the projector's not powerful enough or good enough, and there's a lot of light. It's going to look shitty. Like, you're not going to be able to see corners. You're not going to be able to see black levels and certain whites around the corner. But what you're seeing behind me right now, like a full image with popping colors, and this is with a shitty webcam, and you can still see it, right? That's amazing right now. That picture, that water is green. It's green and blue. I could see the algae on the bottom of right here. I can see that in real life. Like, you guys can't see it because this camera sucks. The white, this here, looks amazing. I can see the detail on these rocks. Amazing, right? Lights are full on. I got a light on. I don't even have a shade on my light. It's just a bulb. It's bright as fuck in here, right? And so again, under $500, under $500, and I get to enjoy 120 inches, amazing quality. So if you're in the market, man, if you're thinking about going big, you want to upgrade TV and all that, hey, start looking at projectors, man. Look at projectors, do your research. I'll answer questions if you have any. Look up Crow 1176. He does an amazing job. He has amazing videos on projector stuff. He'll give you the real deal. He doesn't bullshit you. He's a good guy. He does great screen paints for pretty much all of your needs. Like, whatever your situation is as far as like environment, I think he has a paint for you. Like, and that's the cool thing is he tells you, like, this paint is good for this paint is good for that. So with that, man, yeah, that concludes this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, leave comments down below, and hopefully I can edit some of this stuff and make it look a little bit better for you guys. All right, man. Peace out. See you next time.